At this point of time, we have caught him. The Kasab of Handwada has been caught, but this is coming after we've lost 7 people in that region. 7 in the past 48 hours. So what do we do next? That's the point of the conversation which we should immediately start having. Let's have it. Joining us on the telecast, B.L. Vora, who's spent a long time in the police services in uniform. Major General J.K.S. Parihar also joining us on the telecast. Sumit Peer is joining us on the telecast. And we have also with us a very special guest. And let me take the opportunity to have a conversation with the wife of Colonel Sharma, who's been martyred. What you're seeing on your screens is the face of the next Kasab. His name is Tanveer Ahmed Malik, Hizbul Mujahideen, and we've caught him. Pallavi Sharma ji, ma'am, our condolences and our grief, while at the same time, thank you for your bravery in what must be an impossible moment for you. At this point of time, tell us a bit, ma'am, about Colonel Ashutosh. We know that he's a person who won gallantry medals. How would you like to remember him, ma'am?
He had such a passion towards his uniform. He was so caring towards his men, towards his soldiers. He always used to talk about unit, his men's, their comfort, every time. He was a person with such a level of honesty, principles. For him, his safety, his security, his everything used to come later on.
Ma'am.
For him, his priority was his unit, Naam or Nishan.
Right, ma'am. The almost single-minded determination, ma'am, because we now know publicly, going in, he wanted to take out that LAT commander, Haider. He rescued the civilians, looked after his own unit. The approach in this of not looking at his own personal safety, but ensuring that the terrorist was hunted out and the civilians were protected. I mean, looking back, ma'am, and I know it's difficult and painful at this point of time, but looking back, what of this approach was part of his day-to-day life? And in the operations, of course.
These officers never used to discuss, they are never supposed to discuss their plans with their wives because considering security issues. The only thing he used to tell me, Acha, I'm going out and I should be back by this time. That's it. So I just had an idea that he had gone out, that to a day prior, but I had no idea about this operation.
Ma'am, we've been showing photographs of your daughter. At this point of time, I've been given to understand that she's pretty much looking forward to following in her father's footsteps. What conversation have you managed to have, ma'am?
Last few days has passed, so much of love, so much of respect, so much of honor from everywhere we are getting, from army fraternity, from media, from local people, from citizens of India. It's been remarkable, and this thing has marked an everlasting impression on her mind, her soul itself, and she definitely looked forward to wear his father uniform another next 10-12 years and to make his father, his mother, her mother and nation proud of her.
What would you say, ma'am, to other young people and across this country about serving their country, other young people who are sitting at home right now, as well as what would you like to say to people who conduct such kind of wild terror activities?
To everyone, my message goes: be a responsible citizen of India. Either you are wearing a uniform or not. Be a responsible citizen, and that makes the whole difference. And to terrorists and to anti-national elements, this is just a beginning, and your end is near. For these people, end is not far. In coming years, in coming days, they'll see their end.
Mr. Sharma, thank you for the great poise and bravery that you're showing in an impossible time for you and your family. Our respects for the immense sacrifice that all of you have made, and for the great hero that Colonel Sharma will now be remembered as. Thank you, ma'am, in a very difficult time to have such a poised conversation with us, and our condolences, and we wish you. Let me take the opportunity to just inject into this conversation some news that we are receiving at this point of time. Our sources and intelligence agencies indicate that there are up to 100 to 150 terrorists who are trying to infiltrate into northern Kashmir. Launch pads have been activated near Neelam and Lipa Valley, near Balakot. My colleague Rakesh is joining us on the broadcast. Rakesh, what information do you have further?
देखिए ऋषभ, बड़ी खबर आ रही है खुफिया एजेंसी के हवाले से। खुफिया एजेंसियों ने इस बाबत गृह मंत्रालय को जो है एसओएस भेजा है, जिसमें कहा है कि बड़ा खतरा मंडरा रहा है और आने वाले दिनों में आतंकियों की घुसपैठ, बड़ी घुसपैठ करने के फिराक में है। जो बातचीत इंटरसेप्ट किया गया है उसमें सीमा पार से जो पाक अधिकृत कश्मीर में बैठा हुआ आतंकियों के आका कश्मीर घाटी में विदेशी आतंकियों से बातचीत कर रहा है, जिसमें साफ तौर पर कह रहा है कि सेना और पारा मिलिट्री पर बड़े हमले किए जाएं, और इसी को लेकर सभी सुरक्षा एजेंसियों को सतर्क किया गया है। और पाकिस्तान में बालाकोट के पास नीलम और लिपा वैली के कुछ लॉन्चिंग पैड जो हैं फिर से एक्टिव हो गए हैं, इसकी जानकारी खुफिया एजेंसियों ने दी है। और सबसे महत्वपूर्ण बात यह कि नॉर्थ कश्मीर के कुपवाड़ा को लश्कर और जैश ने अपना नया बेस बनाया है। जो नया जन्म लिया है आतंकियों की, नए आतंकी गुट टीआरएफ, उसको आईएसआई ने पूरी मदद देने के लिए विदेशी आतंकियों को कहा है कि पूरी मदद किए जाएं, ताकि आतंकी सेना और जो अर्धसैनिक बल हैं उन पर फिदाई अटैक कर सकें।
So we've seen an attack taking place. This is cross-border firing Baramulla. We've seen a grenade attack that's taken place in Nowshera. We've seen another attack taking place in Handwada, in which we lost the good colonel and 4 others of his squad. We've seen another attack take place on a paramilitary convoy, also in Handwada. One more explosion has happened of ordnance in Handwada as well. Rakesh, thank you for joining us on the telecast. Let me quickly get in very, very directly into the telecast. Sumit Peer, if he can hear us, and B.L. Vora, as well as Major General J.K.S. Parehar. General Parehar, it's pretty clear what Pakistan is up to. We have the information, to be honest, we've always roughly had it. The same Neelam Valley, same near Balakot, Lipa Valley, across the LOC from Kupwara, all the known places, they are gathering again. And we have caught this guy, so we are calling him the Kasaba Handwada. We have caught him alive. We have the living proof of what they are up to. Should we now wait, or should we now simply take out most of these camps?
There is no question of waiting, actually. That is very clear. And you see, this goes back to the 5th August Abrogation Act of the 370, which is absolutely in order, and we should have done it at least 20 years ago. The ISI has planned afterward that rather than having the foreigner terrorist in the Indian soil, let's change the strategy and give a different phase and indulge with the local people. The Kupwara is a part of a erstwhile Baramulla district, and it remains almost half of it like a Michael, Karen and Karna areas, almost 6 months landlocked, and it's a heaven for terrorists to enter during April and to act and again on the October. Now this TAF is a much more alarming situation for me, and I feel that because they are now funding the J&K Kashmiri people via Punjab, they have gone on the valid visa to the Pakistan, and then they have come back with all this. So these educated Kashmiris has been engaged. That is our major worry, and I feel that we have to act on a military front to curb this terrorism by ruthlessly have the surgical strikes and all those. Simultaneously, the political also. We have to see that are we on the correct track after 5th August, or some mid-course amendments and modifications are required, because we have to have the mainstream of the Kashmiri people with us.
Okay.
We have to open up the political parties to act.
No, so let me try to boil this down.
So we have to act
to certain kinds of specifics. Mr. Vora will need your help in trying to unmute you, sir. I think I've got you now. If you can hear me, sir, we've just had a conversation with the martyred Colonel Sharma's wife. I can't believe the great bravery, courage and poise she has just shown in addressing the country through our medium. We've caught one of the terrorists alive, the Hizbul terrorists. We've lost 7 of our own in 48 hours. The shelling has still been going on. Now we have intelligence of at least 100 trying to cross over. What do we do? Mr. Vora. Okay, I think Mr. Vora can't hear me. Sumit, why don't you take that thought? I'll get the audio line with Mr. Vora sorted out. Sumit.
Okay. Rishabh, first of all, my condolences to all the 7 people who are 7 of our brothers who are dead rather. I salute with folded hands Madam Sharma. मैं नमन करता हूँ. And you know, if you look at my Twitter handle, if words can cry, I have been crying for last 48 hours because seeing the number of our people who are dead. Rishabh, this menace has no answer. These jihadis are disposable. It does not matter to Pakistan army. They will send them across. Now we have to stop fighting battle on our territory. If you have seen Neelam Valley, Rishabh, there is one narrow stretch or one river. Even in the evening, the water is so shallow, you and me can transfer from India to Pakistan and Pakistan to India. It's a goddamn porous border. Nobody can stop the transmission. The only way to take them out is a two-pronged approach. Take these terrorist camps out and take the army camps out simultaneously. You have to move the war from your territory to their territory. The casualties should be there. People who should die are there, or not on our soil. Because understand, Rishabh, if they transfer over, we will have casualties, we have civilians, and there is one more agony, sir. You know, whenever it is somebody has to die, I am very much pained. Why is it the man in the uniform have to die all the time? Where are the lethal machines? Where are the Apaches? Where are the drones? You know, where are these combat air, helicopter gunships and whatever we are not using? We cannot use an AK-47 to fight AK-47 because these guys are here to die.
Okay, so we know what they're going. We know what they're up to. We know what they do get up to. We know what they are targeting. If we try to take them out one at a time, there will be General Parayar. There will be casualties on our end. Now we can't, of course, say that there are acceptable casualties. The problem is if we are trying to mechanically removing from every terrorist who takes a family hostage, we will lose people. At certain point of time, we have to decide that we choose not to lose anymore.
Correct.
Exactly, I have mentioned the same thing, because now the time has come to change our doctrine. You cannot, if you are going to Rome, you have to behave like a Rome people. The same way, if the terrorists are acting, the ISI is acting, we have to retaliate in their way only, their way of functioning. You cannot, every week you cannot have the CRPF and army personnel are martyring. So now the shift has to be done. As is mentioned, that let's look forward. Yes, we'll go forward. But what happened? The first we have to kill those 200 odd people, those who have engaged in the Kupwara, Baramulla and Sopia areas. They have to be done. And subsequently, why not to open the Baluchistan field? It has to be.
Okay.
That act on the aggressively on the POK. I think till then I was thinking that
Okay.
wait for the COVID issue, but now the time has come. We have to act immediately.
No, I mean, what do with Pakistan and the terrorists are not waiting for COVID to go away,
That's
right?
my
Do you think
case.
the Pakistan's focus should be elsewhere? It is, and we know what their focus is. Sumit Peer, something is going to come. We know something is going to come. The only question is that should we do a graded escalation? That okay, if you do one terror attack, we do one cross-border raid or one cross-border strike. If you do two, we do two. Or will we simply do in one fell swoop, take out all the camps once and for all?
I think, Rishabh, you have to do two ways, sir. One is you take out the camps and you hit the Pakistan army at the same time. Because if you don't hit them, they will make more terrorists, they will make more jihadis. Because to them, these people are disposables. कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता उनको, but you have to kill the source also. Let's say if we take them out, the army and ISI will build another camp. So unless and until these both parties are hit simultaneously and hit hard, rather I would suggest hit Pakistan army more hard, because that is where the shit comes from, literally. Rishabh, I'm sorry for my words. This is where the shit comes from. You have to hit these guys who manufacture this. Because jihadis are jihadis, they don't matter to either to Pakistan. Anyway,
Sumit,
they
just
come
stay
here
with me.
with us.
We are joining us
The
on the
tactic
broadcast.
has, we have to take the war
Mr.
to
JB
their
Singh,
soil.
who's been a
We
former
don't have to
assistant
win the
director of the
war
IB.
soil.
Sumit, stay with me. Mr. Singh, if my voice is reaching you, once we have credible intelligence of where these jihadis are across the LOC, sir, we've lost 7 people, including the good colonel whose wife I just interviewed. At this point of time, what should our response be?
So Pakistan is trying to take advantage of the present situation because India is facing this corona problem. The Pakistan thinks, their Pakistan leadership thinks that this is the right time for them to attack India or disturb India. But India is very strong under the leadership of Prime Minister, Home Minister, and Johan Sahab, Secretary Advisor, and India can face any kind of attack and anything, whichever.
Okay, Mr. Singh, just stay with us. I think we just lost your feed. Just stay with us. Let me try to see if I can get in BL Vora. BL Vora, if you can hear me, sir, at this point of time, what should our response be? Mr. Vora, go ahead.
And this is a time when India has got opportunity.
Mr. Vora, go ahead.
I didn't hear the question.
Yeah, Mr. Vora, what should we do? Here's the information. We've lost 7 people in 2 days. There will be comeuppance that we can say assured of. Should it be a graded comeuppance or should it be taking out all the camps in one fell swoop?
I don't think it should be graded thing. I think we should go all out now. I think because Pakistan is not learning a lesson, and as just the panelist earlier said, even in Corona times also they are doing it. I think we should go all out now and give a befitting reply to Pakistan. We have had enough of it, and no amount of any consideration to that country is ever going to pay us any good results.
Okay, let me specifically now about this Tanveer Ahmed Malik, JKS Parehar, the terrorist we've caught alive. The value of catching him alive, which means not only getting the human intel out of him, but also the fact that you have living proof of what all is going on, the networks that were operating out of there. Why don't we send this proof to the Pakistanis and more importantly their best buddies, the Chinese? I think the Chinese ambassador in India should be invited to sit with Mr. Tanveer Ahmed Malik and learn a dose of the reality.
I agree with you, Rishabh. It should be done. But
yeah, let me General Parehar take that, Mr. Vora. Just coming to you in a second. General Parehar.
Okay.
Yeah, Pakistan will disown that this person belongs to them. We must give with the full proof. My point is that yes, we have a showcase to show to all over the world. The fact remains there that this is a big involvement where the Taliban has acted in Afghanistan. The ISI is promoting them there. They want to have the second front open here. So now the question remains there, should we go graded? No question. You cross over the POK, act on it and simultaneously open the Balochistan, because Pakistan is not going to accept the fact that they are funding terrorism and all. Rather they are making this TAF is just to show that it is the Indian people, those who are retaliating against the Indians. So that You have to be very ruthless now. The time
Okay.
has come.
No, ruthless time. Sumit Peer, this
We have to go on all three
at
fronts.
this point of time, does the world have any patience for dealing with Pakistan's nonsense right now? And if the assumed answer is no, why should we show patience?
There is no reason at all to be patient, sir. We have to go and take them out, and we have discussed this numerous times on News X. Because if the trouble comes to our soil, we are bound to lose our brothers. We have to count our own dead, Rishabh. There's no option. But take the trouble, take the war to their soil. In surgical strike, we came out without a scratch. Balakot, we came out without a scratch. Now see the ratio. We have lost, I can at least give you 5 examples, Rishabh, where we have lost numerous officers of impeccable cadre. I don't want to take names. We have lost them in J&K because of this. These hostage situations most of the times end up as ambushes. These hostages most of the times are OWGs who work with them. These are all set up to kill our officers, Rishabh. We have to go and hit them hard. In Balakot, we killed 400 of them. In surgical strikes, maybe 150 of them. What did we lose? Nothing. We have to be like Israel. Take the enemy when it is preventive. Let's not be reactive. Take them even when the trouble is brewing for us. We don't have to wait them to cross over. We don't have to fight them on our soil. We cannot count our dead.
Okay,
Enough
so
is enough,
okay,
Rishabh.
so stay with me.
Pains
BL
if
Vora,
one
does
of
it
us
become
dies.
preventive
Why
action
should one
time?
of my
Not
brothers
retaliatory
die?
action time, not avenging. Preventive action time. We know where they are. Every few months they regather. We kill 100. It's a Hydra head, sir. You kill 100, they retrain 100 every few months. So at this point of time, preventive action.
I think it should be both. It should be both preventive also, and we should be aggressive also on this. Now, the other point which you were making, Pakistan, I think, is doing, maybe one of the motives is to divert the attention of its own public from Corona, because Pakistan is doing badly, so that the attention of the public of Pakistan gets diverted. Now, the second point was that we should send the proof. We can send the proof, it's only a formality, because Pakistan won't take any action as in the past. So regarding your point, good point of inviting the Chinese envoy, I think diplomatic nicety will come into picture. So it's better that Chinese envoy should be invited along with some other envoys, and then this should be done.
Oh,
And
by
so
all
no one
means,
is interrupted
by all
for-
means, this man should be paraded in front of them and then ask for explanations.
But along with others, so that
Yeah, of course, I'm saying it colloquially with a bit of sarcasm. Obviously, that's not going to happen. Okay, quickly, Sumit Peer, are we well?
There is a point.
Yeah,
Why not?
point making time is Sumit Peer. Are we well within our rights after having lost 7 people to take punitive action across the LOC now?
Why
Your
not?
opinion, Sumit Peer.
Why not?
Rishabh, why not? Because we have lost 7 of our men, including officers, including ASI of J&K Police and paramilitary forces army. We have the right to take a revenge, and it is in our national security. We can go all out and prevent that nobody from our side should die after this.
Okay.
Even if a person dies from our side, this operation cannot be termed as successful. Why should somebody die, Rishabh? My only point is, why should one of us die? We have to stop this business. Nobody can die from India. Our officers, our paramilitary forces is not there to
Well,
die.
at
Our
least
paramilitary
not
are
in this
there to die.
fashion,
If
where we
somebody
know
has
it
to
is
die, these are the
inevitable.
people
It's
across the line
inevitability
in LOC, wherever
that
they
you will
are.
be bleeding slowly. JKS Pariyar, I'm short of time, sir. After having lost 7 people in 48 hours, are we well within our rights to take punitive action?
Yes, we have all the right, and I would say the focus should be on this Handwada location, the Neelam Valley, and on the north it is having the Balistan area. Let's have at least 50 kilometers across the Neelam Valley should be our target to capture now, as early as possible. If you do it, probably it will solve the problem forever. Just take a 50 kilometer radius on the ahead of the Neelam Valley and in Balistan. That will cover everything.
Okay.
And it's not difficult.
Quick last word, BL
This
Vora.
local
After having lost 7
intense,
people,
infiltrate.
after having, do we have our well within our rights to take punitive action across the LOC?
As I said at the beginning, yes, and we must do it. It's very important for the morale of India also now. And world has no time for India. Everybody is busy fighting Corona. And China, of course, is busy defending itself. Why should we also bother about the world? I don't understand this. It's our problem. We must know how to sort it out, and we should sort it out.
Okay, let us sort it out. Let's put it that way. Sort it out. Sort it out in a proactive way. so that we are actually defending our people, not to the point where they have to engage in house to house combat or in LOC combat. We've lost 12 in the past 3 weeks alone, some of the bravest, including officers, that this country.
And Rishabh, if
Yes.
you don't do it, Pakistan will keep on creating problems for us.
Oh, they will, absolutely, without a doubt. They are going to keep on escalating it. That's all. This is their ghar ka
We must
dhanda.
stop it.
That's what they're
We
going to
must stop
continue doing it. So you have to keep slapping them across the face as they require it. But the preservation of Indian life has to take priority now. Preservation of Indian life, not of Indian munitions. You can't say that our diplomatic strategy needs to have an acceptable loss of attrition on a day-to-day basis of Indian jawans and officers. That's not a strategy.
Threshold for everything.
That can't be a strategy. Okay, so obviously something is coming. We don't know what it is. We shouldn't know what it is. It will be a surprise. It might happen tomorrow. It might happen a week from now. Something will happen. Let's see what it is. But should it happen, let's have consensus on that.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.